Mo, Meares, Mo.
Meares.
Week 1 is here.
So excited.
We got a full docket of games.
We do.
Because it's week 1.
I can't wait.
All right, I'm going to pick a game. We're going to analyze that.
I'm going to pick one. We'll analyze that.
And then we're going to rapid fire the rest.
All of them.
And then we're going to have one fantasy player apiece.
Correct.
And we'll see who has the most points fantasy at the end of the year between you and me, picking one player a week.
Well, you know what? You haven't won much yet in 7 years, so hopefully you'll start this
I won
year.
my fantasy last week, and I kicked your ass last year in picks, so good call. Let's get into it. So the game that I'm going to pick is my prediction for the AFC Championship game. Denver hosting Indianapolis. It's even the same way I said it's going to happen.
It is exactly the same.
Sunday night primetime game. Denver favored by 7. I'll go.
Okay, you go.
Andrew Luck 1-0 in his career versus
Peyton.
Denver and Peyton Manning. I think that's going to even up. I think it's going to be by more than 7. I think Denver's going to come in. They're going to start out. Indy's got some issues on defense. I think Peyton Manning's going to have one of those breakout start of the seasons. You know, I don't know if he can do as well as he did last year, where he gets 7 touchdowns.
I hope so.
But I'd see this one not being very close coming down the stretch, fourth quarter pull away. I got Denver winning 41-24.
All right. I too like Denver in this game. However, I don't think I like him as much as you do. Although Peyton Manning is my...
That's why you didn't pick this game.
Peyton Manning is my fantasy quarterback in 2 of my leagues. So 7 touchdowns would be spectacular. I would love that. However, I think it's going to be a lot closer than you think. I think the Indy's going to hang in there. I know it's opener at Mile High Stadium. Peyton Manning, I think it's going to be close. I'm not going to give the 7. I'm going to take the 7. I'll take Indianapolis to cover.
All right. So you have a game that you want to do?
I do. We're going to feature Cincinnati traveling to Baltimore. Baltimore favored by 2.5.
And is there a particular reason?
There is, because I have a big-time bet with Brown Shoe T2,
BTB,
who's one of our long-time watchers and a diehard Bengals fan. I told him that I don't think the Bengals are going to win a playoff game this year. They haven't won one since 1990.
It's hard to believe.
And I said that they won't make the AFC Championship game. If they don't make the AFC Championship game, I win the bet. He has to do a video. If they do make it to the AFC Championship game, I got to buy a Bengals jersey, wear it all next season, and perform some Who Day rap. I don't know what that is.
Who Day or Who Dat?
The Who Dat is the New Orleans Saints. Who Day is...
There's a rap for that. Do you have to do the Icky Shuffle while you're doing that?
I hope... Well, that's the last time...
Add that to the bet.
That's the last time I won a playoff game, so maybe I should do that. For the game, I think Cincinnati's the class of the NFC North. I think with Dalton, A.J. Green, that running back, they have that new second-year running back who I think is a stud. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I think they're the best team. I don't think Baltimore's a complete team this year. I'm not liking Flacco with his lack of receivers. Ray Rice is obviously not going to be playing. Their backup running back isn't that good. So
Ray Rice isn't that good.
Even though it's in Baltimore, I'm going to take the 2.5 points. I think Cincinnati wins outright.
I got Cincinnati winning outright, not because Ray Rice isn't there. Ray Rice did nothing last year. He was horrific.
It was not good.
Horrific. I had him on my fantasy team and won despite him. But I got Cincinnati to put up, shut up year for Dalton. They're going to have to win a playoff game. Marvin Lewis should not have to be a coach at the end of this year if they do not win a playoff game.
Agreed.
So I got to go with that. They're not going to be that bad. So Baltimore, I don't think, is looking much more than an 8-8 team. They don't have too much in place. So give me Cincinnati on the road to win. So let's quickly do the rest of the games.
Yeah, against the spread. And guess what? This year, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I actually am in a league where I have to take games against the spread all year for money.
A lot of math.
I know. First game, Green Bay at Seattle, Thursday night, the NFL opener. Seattle is a 5.5 favorite.
I got Seattle.
Okay. I'm going to take Seattle also. Second game, New Orleans at Atlanta. New Orleans -3.
I don't know. You watch Hard Knocks, you got to figure that Atlanta's going to go 16-0 plus 19-0. So I got to go with it.
I do not. I'm going to take New Orleans -3. Minnesota at St. Louis. St. Louis favored by 4.
Minnesota's going to surprise people. They're going to win 10 games. They're going to win the North this year. So give me Minnesota.
Wow, that's a hell of a prediction.
It's not going to happen.
I'm going to take St. Louis at home, even though I don't even know who their quarterback is. So I'll take St. Louis. Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh favored by a whopping 6.5.
I didn't do it in the preview show. Every year I pick an 0-16 team, and this year it is both Cleveland and Pittsburgh. So
nice.
On that coin flip, Pittsburgh at home. Fuck, we haven't cursed yet.
I will also take Pittsburgh at home. I take it back because I think Cleveland's going to surprise people. I'm taking Cleveland at Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh's that bad, so I will take the 6.5 points in this game. Next one, Jacksonville at the Eagles. Biggest line of the week. Eagles favored by 10.5.
I don't like the touch point spreads. They're bigger than one digit.
2 digits.
With the decimal points confuse me. Jacksonville will cover, but Philadelphia will win.
Completely disagree. I think Philadelphia will round 7, 35-10. Give me Philly to cover. Oakland traveling cross country to play the Jets in a 1 o'clock game. Jets favored by 5.
We went through all the lines, all the odds, the Vegas odds before we started. Oakland's predicted to be the worst team in the league with Cleveland. I don't necessarily buy it. Jets, I don't know, they're at home, 5 points. Give me Jets to win by 2, which gives me Oakland with a 5.
I'm taking the Jets to cover.
I actually thought this out in advance.
I'm going to take the Jets to cover. I think Geno Smith gets hurt in the first quarter and Vic leads in the victory.
Bold call.
Next game, Buffalo going to the Bears. Bears favored by 6.5.
Buffalo's bad.
They're not good.
Buffalo's really, really bad. And on the road, 6.5 I think is plenty. I'm not sure Buffalo scored in the preseason. So they did get a goose egg once. It's going to be a rough year for all us Bill fans.
I think this line is way too low.
That's how bad they are. My voice cracks when I say Bills fan.
I think this line is way too low, and I would take Chicago with the 6.5. Plenty to cover. Washington traveling to Houston. Houston favored by 2.5.
Ah, man, a 0-0 tie. Who wins? Houston. Ryan Mallett's going to be the answer. So I got him kicking a field goal. I got Houston.
I think Washington is going to be the second best team in the NFC East. Not saying much, but I think they will be. So I think Washington goes in, wins. RG3 will be healthy for at least 3 weeks. So
get a body bag, dude.
they're going to cover. I'm taking the 2.5 points. Tennessee traveling to Kansas City. Kansas City favored by 4.5.
Yeah, this is one of those I don't care games. Alex Smith got paid a significant amount of money.
4-year extension.
He really gets made fun of by a lot of people, especially the network. I like the guy.
I make fun of
I
him.
remember when he went toe-to-toe with Drew Brees and beat him to get to the NFC Championship game. Everybody else forgets that. However, Tennessee, Kansas City, Kansas City, yeah, I'll take Kansas City with a 4.5.
I will also take Kansas City laying the 4.5.
I'm going to look at these next week before we do them.
Next game, New England traveling down to hot old Miami, but New England is favored by 4.5.
We got Gronkowski for 6.5 minutes.
Yes.
I think that'll be enough to cover the 4.5 point spread before he breaks his pussy.
I will definitely take New England. Yes.
Okay.
I would definitely take New England's minus 4.5. Carolina, a lot of people thinking is the best team in the NFC.
A lot of people are thinking they're the worst team in the NFC.
Oh, is that what it is?
Not the worst, but they're not supposed to be as good as they are last year.
Right, okay, that's all right. Because that's what I think too.
Maybe we'll make some notes next week.
Traveling to Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers favored by a large margin, 1 point. What do you got?
I have no idea. I got to push. I got whoever's favored by 1 wins by 1.
Oh,
or no, was that right?
Yeah.
Somebody covers the 1.
So you're going to say that it's going to be a push.
I'm pushing on that one, yeah.
Wow, that gets you
That's
2
how
points.
much I know about those two teams.
I think Carolina is way down from last year. However, I do think they will beat Tampa in Tampa, so I will take the 1 point.
All right.
Dallas hosting San Francisco. San Francisco is favored by 6 on the road at Dallas.
San Francisco's offense has looked terrible in the preseason.
Pathetic.
So if you cut yourself wide open and you need some stitches, you need to go to Dallas and play Dallas. So I got them covering 6. Dallas is going to be that bad. I don't usually believe the hype. Their defense is going to be that
I'm
bad.
going to go the opposite. I think Dallas is going to start out the season well and then just fucking implode at the end of the year.
Know, they don't have a defense.
I understand, but
really
I think
don't.
San Francisco's offense has been so bad that I think Dallas will cover the 6. I don't think they're going to win outright, but I think they can cover the 6 points.
I got to revise. I did forget that half of San Francisco's defense is either in jail or going to be on suspension.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still going to go with them to win because I think Dallas is going to be that bad. But yeah, San Francisco is going to struggle at times too.
Monday night games. We have 2 Monday night games this week. The Giants traveling Detroit. Detroit favored by 4.5.
When did we make this fucking schedule? Who made this schedule that this is your first Monday night game?
I don't know. It's not good.
All right, Detroit by 74. Oh, that's the over-under. Dyslexic over-under. Detroit's going to win 36-2. I mean, their only offense is going to be whatever the defense scores. Eli Manning might not complete a pass.
I don't think the Giants can cover Megatron. I just don't think there's any. I think Megatron has a ridiculous week. So I will take Detroit covering the 4.5, especially at home. And like you said, I don't know if the Giants can play. I don't know. Final game of the week: the Chargers traveling to the upstart Arizona Cardinals, favored by 3. So basically a pick 'em.
Upstart.
I'm calling them the upstart.
Upstart. We got a quarterback that's been in the league for 11 years and a wide receiver that's been in the league for 26. So we got a running back. I mean, I don't even know who their running back. Upstart. They're just displaced old people.
Who you got? Arizona by 3.
I got San Diego going maybe 4-12 this year. I think they're way overrated.
I agree.
Way overrated.
That's our first.
So give me Arizona covering the 3.
And I'm gonna concur.
We're each going to pick one fantasy player. We did my game first, so you knew what I did first.
Correct.
So on this one, you pick the player, and I'll know what you do first.
I mean, this is going to be a recurring theme for me.
Makes sense.
It's going to be hard for me to ever not pick if a good player is going up against Jacksonville. So I don't want to sound like a homer, but to me, LaShawn McCoy is the best running back in the league. He's going to be featured often against Jacksonville, and I think he's just going to blow it up. So give me LaShawn McCoy to put up the most points in the league this year.
Well, that's really going out on a limb.
It
really
is.
Going out on a limb. I'm going to go out further on a limb and say Peyton Manning.
Oh.
Peyton Manning, because a lot of people won't think that he's going to score a lot of points. And I think I'm giving some really, really, really good insight here. Considering I already said earlier in the show that he's going to score a ton. So that's our show for week 1.
Yeah, we got a little new format. Make sure you click some of these links over here. You can go from
we got
segment
all kinds
to
of
segment.
shit to point at now.
I know, it's going to be awesome.
Redesigner over here, Johnny Computer Guy.
Let us know if you like the new format. Leave it in the comments.
The new thing, the deal.
The whole thing.
The whole
around
format,
us.
what we do and the whole crap around us.
Exactly. We hope to
I don't know where to point anymore.
give you some
likes, dislikes,
some insight and some humor to make some money this year. Because you know what? I am going to make a lot of fucking money this year.
Considering I don't really technically fucking have a job at this point, I'd like that as well. If we can make $150 by the end of the year, I could pay half a bill.
Do it.